Richard Wilkins. I'd love to welcome you to the stage. Big hand for the man in pink.
I'm crying before I start today. This normally comes about 10 minutes into the day, not before we start. It's one of those days. Today is an emotional day, and it cracks me up when people say, you know, I don't do emotions. We're actually emotionally driven. That's what, you know, that's what drives us, really. So it's crackers. If for people that say, you know, I don't do emotions, what they're really doing, they're suppressing their emotions. And that's why, at the moment, if you look at legal drug sales, they've gone through the roof compared to illegal drug sales. It's a massive, massive market because people are not talking about how they feel. And that's why, Tom, I'm so glad you said about the kids. I just want to... Can you imagine? Because it's... Oh, yeah, and it's great what Tom said there. Can you imagine not being able to see 4 of your children for years, your own kids? And Tom keeps going to court. He was in court 2 weeks ago. He was in court yesterday. He's in court Monday. Can you imagine how draining that is? He has to drive all the way down to Wales. Yeah, he stands on this stage and says, I tell you what, Richard, you and the whole BC thing has really helped me with that. For me, that's a really big deal. And I know it would be for anyone, so thanks for that, buddy. I appreciate you going to that place, because it's very easy to just come up here and sort of not really share anything, not go to your heart. So you already know intellectually so much. We've got a quote, and it says, if I can think of it. What's the quote? Our greatest challenge isn't that we don't know what to do. It's knowing exactly what to do and still not doing it. That's the frustration out there. You go on the courses, you read the books, another list of 10 things to do. You think, great, and you do them for about the first 20 minutes or the first day or whatever, and it's gone out the window. That's what most people feel like that. You know, one of the guys that did our course, he drew that. And you've got a man there with there's still something missing. What is it that's missing? Why don't I feel complete? And all these symbols around it represent all the courses they've tried and all the books. All well-intentioned. You know, I mean, personal development that started out years ago, in a way, it's got a lot to answer for. Because, you know, they've told us all we've got to be happy and positive, and if we're not, our life's not working and it's not successful. That's crap. That's crap. Ask yourself, how many people do you know, right? How many people do you know that have been big into personal development, they've read all the books, listened to all the CDs, been to all the talks, and they're more screwed up than ever? There's loads of them that are like that, because all you're doing, it's keeping you in here. The reason my life is so successful, by the way, if you're interested in success, I'm incredibly successful. And what I base that on is what normal people base their success on. How do you know? How would you know when you're successful? Anyone know how do you know when you've reached a level which you would call success? Do you know what will happen? Anyone want to take a pop shot at it? What would happen to you? Yeah, feel good. Someone said that. That's what's going to happen. You will feel successful. What a joke! So what we're doing in life, we're thinking, I've got to do that, got to be slimmer, got to lose more weight there, got to get more money here, get the biz, to have a feeling that's already inside us. That is unacceptable for me. I don't want that in my life. And one of the things where I learned a massive amount from, and I'll tell you my story now, was working in a hospice. I don't know why more people that are struggling don't go and work in a hospice. Look, 2 hours a week, if you just did that for 6 months and you see what happens, you will learn so much about life, because dying people don't bullshit you. And there was more people that were smiling in the hospice than at the checkout in Tesco's. They were telling me something. You know, something. Well, what we've done, without really knowing it, we've developed a system. And it's a system that works. Now, the reason we know it works is because how many orange tags are in here today? And you're going to hear it. See, what today is about, it's not about me telling you what to go and do. You know that. You know, it'll be insulting. We could do loads of lists. Here's 10 things. Now, you need to be more positive. You need to do that. You've already got that. The frustration is, look, I know it, so why isn't it happening? It's driving me nuts, Richard. It's driving me crazy. There's still something missing. We can answer that for you today. But better than that, you see, rather than me tell you about the results, I've never done BC. I've never actually done it. The people with the orange tags, they have. So what we're doing today that's very different is, I'm going to say a bit about it. Liz is going to say a bit about it. Then throughout the day, we've got 10 of the guys that have done it that have got a 10-minute slot. I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know what's going to come out, nor do they. I can tell you now, a lot of them are absolutely crapping themselves about getting on this stage because they've never done it. And if you've never gone on a stage before, I tell you what, it is the scariest experience. Right, going back to my pooing about, my stomach and everything, when I first got on a stage, I'll tell you now, for the guys, that you guys are getting up here today, I couldn't do it. The only way I could do it, have you ever seen the little, the things that, what are they, the prompter cards, where you have a little prompter card? I got 45. 45 prompter cards! So in other words, what I'd really got, I'd got a speech that was actually written on little cards, and that's the only way that I could stand up here. Because I was absolutely terrified about knowing, what to say. I didn't know then that what you do, you come up here and trust. So Tom was right. I have got access to genius because I believe that BC is genius. And do you know what I'm basing that on? Right? Not me. I'm basing it on what you're going to hear from people today. I don't know of anything that gets stronger with time. I haven't heard any. People actually come up to me and they say, how long do you think BC will last? They're already accepting it's not really going to do the trick for them. The whole thing about BC, and I'll explain it in a while, it's not performance related. You don't need to be happy for it to be working. Crap's going to happen in your life. Well, I know that this morning, don't I? but the other sort of crap. So a bit about my story. Your story is important. Your story is a huge part of BC. Listen to this. Did you know that most people will get born, they'll go right through their life, and they will die without ever telling their real story? Did you know that? That will happen to 99.9, reoccurring 9% of the population. What do I mean by the real story? What I mean by the real story is not what you've done. Not what you've done, but how you felt. We don't talk about that much. We don't talk about feelings. And so that's sort of all right. Just one thing. Because we don't say how we feel, what's happening out there now, and I mean now, this second, or around the world and in this country is, you've got young people that are going through hell because they are not in a good place. No one's ever told them, you know what, one day you're going to crash. There's a real good chance you're going to feel like you're the only person in the world. You are going to be on rock bottom. Metaphorically, your ears will fall off. You won't be able to hear advice. You're going to feel terrible. You're going to feel like no one understands you. But you know what? It's okay, kiddo. That happens in life. And do you know how I know so much about that? Because I've been there. I know what it's like. I know about the loneliness. And I do know about the loneliness. I know about how scary it is. To organise a day like today, it's a big deal. It's scary. I've got a little voice in my head, just like you have, that says, who are you to do this? What are you to do? But you know what? That's what's beautiful about this system that I'm going to tell you about. That voice in your head, which is the audio version of the script, that's responsible for getting us to play small. We've found a system, a way past that voice. That's why we're so excited about what we do. That's why there's no big marketing program behind this day, behind what we do. It's just people that have done it and they're sharing it. So it's time for us to tell the real story, the story about how we felt. And I'll tell you what, when we do that on BC, the results are staggering. They're staggering because for the first time, we sit around, this often happens, one of the popular, we sit around in the group, I tell my story, Liz tells her story, and you think, what's the big deal telling your story? The telling story bit came from a day that we did, and it was about how to be a good speaker, and we started doing it, Liz and I. And we said, I know what we'll do when we're working out. The first thing, we'll just get them to tell the story. So we did the first one day, and we got I think it was about 8 people on this course, and we said, okay, guys, tell your story. And they finished telling their stories, it was 4:30. That was supposed to take 20 minutes. So we said, that went a bit pear-shaped. They all got a lot from the day, but it didn't go according to our plan. So we said, next time we'll try and keep it down. So we tried, so we do it, and exactly the same thing happened. So we said, that's what the day needs to be. The day needs to be about telling your story, because we don't tell our story. And the reason we don't tell our story is we don't feel safe enough to tell people and open up because of what might happen. So what we do, we create a safe environment where people can tell a story. And then someone will say something like, well, to be quite honest, I've always felt that I'm going to be found out. That I'm going to be rumbled. Someone says, oh, you feel like that? And I go, yeah. I go, well, I feel like that. I thought I was the only one that felt like that. Then someone else, excuse me, you two feel like that. I feel like that as well. You see, there's a secret world where everyone's feeling a certain way, but no one's coming out and talking about it. I mean, Jeff tells a brilliant story about where, the guy might even be here, but Jeff was asked this guy how he's doing, and he said, Jeff's someone that's done our program, and he said, I'm really not good, Jeff. And they got chatting, and this guy was really not in a good place. And is he here, Jeff? No. The guy's not here. And Jeff said, you know what? He said, look, you don't want to listen, because we're always talking about the script and the voice in your head, which is your version. So Jeff says, he said, well, you don't want to listen to that voice in your head. Anyway, and Jeff went, go on, and the guy said, hey, hang on a minute, Jeff. He said, what did you just say? And Jeff said, don't listen to the voice in your head. Hang on, he said, have you got a voice in your head? And Jeff says, yeah, everybody has. And he said, I didn't know that. Man, that is so powerful. You've got someone walking around, and this guy, hadn't he seen a lot of people that were sort of trying to help him in that, Jeff? You're going to hear from Sarah. Sarah's getting up here for the first time today, and she told us the other way, she's done the program, that the doctors and the therapist, they got her on medication, and they're going in to see people, that it would take at least, was it 2 years? 2 years to get back to anything like normal. No, it wasn't. It was 5 days. But they said, don't you see the importance of this? This is why I step up and I get so enthusiastic. It's killing people out there. Whilst we say, well, yeah, it's not really right, that is it. It shouldn't be, should it? I believe that we can do something about it. Because there's more good news. It gets much better. Not only have we got this system that we're calling BC, you can share it with other people. It works with other people. I mean, we get people that have done the program, and then they go back, right, and they go to their kids and say, hey, listen, I did this thing, and this guy was telling me, and Liz, his partner, was saying about this script, and you're in your script. And a week later, the kids are saying to their parents, you're in your script, you are, Dad. You're in your script, you are, Mum. That's how quick they get it. I mean, it was the 3 girls last time that you brought along. They said, we get this. You got to get, they were saying you've got to get this to the grown-ups. So we've actually got a system that works. So what am I supposed to do, guys? You tell me. Am I supposed to shrink back? Because, my voice will say, well, you're going to organise another talk, leave it to someone else or whatever. Or do I have to get up on this stage and really give it my all when I've got people that come up to me, and some of them are sitting in this room, right? And some of them are getting on this stage today that have said to me, I would be dead if it wasn't for BC. How can I not get up? You see, how you overcome a fear, I can tell you how you can overcome any fear in your life, just like that. Honestly, because I've done it, really. This is how you do it. You find a message greater than the fear. That's how you do it. You find a message greater than the fear. This message that I've got to you today is greater than my fear of getting on the stage. So that's how I overcome the poos and the whole thing. My stomach's churning, I'm getting up, I'm in my script this morning, oh no, we lost the lead away, but something gets me on this stage, and what we want to do, we want to share that with you. And you know why? You've all heard the old saying, haven't you? It's like, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You've heard that? Boom. You know what? When the student is really ready, they become the teacher. We are not looking for followers, right? We are not looking for students. We want to give you something that you can pass on and help other people, because it's killing people. I don't mean people just committing suicide. There's the other suicide. The one where people get up every morning of their lives, the daily grind, and nothing really happens. They never really get up to speed. Watch this. If I said to you, would you choose to get up to speed? If you could choose, forget whether you can, if you could choose, would you choose to be a really powerful person? You go, well, maybe if I could choose. You know, if you could choose, how many is your life out of 10 at the moment? You might say, well, 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever. But if you could choose, what would you make it out of 10? You would tell me a 10. And what we've found, we've developed a system where for the first time in your life, you can choose. Because what personal development has told us, it says, well, you choose to be happy or you choose to be sad. And you do the course, don't you? You go on the course, like where everyone dresses in pink, right? Metaphorically, you dress in pink, it's like, we're going to be happy and positive today, aren't we? We've been on the happy workshop. And yeah, we all hold hands and we sing songs. And don't worry, we ain't going to do this. Because we're big on the crap. And it don't work. You know, every appliance in this room has got 2 cables. You know, that camera, the projector, the lights. One's positive, what's the other one? It's negative. And they go on the courses and they feng shui the house. Nothing against feng shuiing, got it done. I'm just saying, be real as well. Get your house feng shuied. I think our house was feng shuied years ago. I ain't got a problem with that. But it's all positive. We've got to be positive. I did a talk where there was a positive lady on the stage. I nearly died for her. She was in a frilly frock that was pink. And she said it's about love. Well, we know that. Intellectually, we know it's about loving everyone. We do, don't we? Wouldn't it be great if you could love everyone? Just one thing. It ain't real. So she's saying we love everyone. There's this guy sitting in front of me who hasn't got a neck. His head just goes straight in. He's got tattoos all around his neck. And from behind, you can see that he's twitching. He's really uncomfortable with this love thing. And she's going, you love everybody. Soft, gentle voice. Love everybody. So I could be saying that to you today. Love everyone, don't you? And you'd be thinking, what have we got here? So I didn't swear. Right? You'd be doing that, right? So this guy in front, he says, well, he couldn't take it anymore. He says, well you don't like love everyone, do you? And she goes, oh, yes. We love everybody. He says, well, no. He says, you don't love everyone if they, like, hurt your kids, do you? Someone hurts your kids. You know, she goes, you love that person even more for doing that. This is your test in life. Remember that one, the New Age one? It's just your test. Give them love and light, she said. He said, love and light? He said, I'll kill them if anyone does that to me. She said, no, you wouldn't. You shouldn't do that around. Where's the love? Where's the love? There's no love there. It isn't real, right? So what we're not going to say to you today is about being happy and positive. Will today be for everyone? I wish everyone got out that door and tell you what, it makes sense. No, today won't be for everyone, but clearly the way BC is growing is for a lot of people. You see, the danger here's the danger. Watch this. Surely you can relate to this. Even if you haven't got kids, I think you will even be able to relate to this. This is what happened, because even if you haven't got kids, I'll bet you nearly everyone in this room had a parent. Am I right? See, it's my psychic ability, that is. I actually like that. I sometimes say things that make me laugh, and sometimes I stop and make notes because I've never heard it before. Because, you see, how do you want to know how you have access to genius? I'll tell you how it works, right? And if ever you do decide to do BC, you'll see that it's genius. And because I've studied it. This is how it works. Anyone that has access to genius. And I keep saying that because what's happened over the centuries, if someone does something on a level of genius, do you know what the public does? They worship that person. Whether it's Michael Jackson that does it. I was even watching the snooker player, Hurricane Higgins, right? When he got on a table, only on a table, right? He was, they said they don't know how he did it. It was just sheer, and they were their words, genius. Now, the reason that Hurricane Higgins is doing sheer genius, I watched Michael Jackson, This Is It. I don't know if you, I wasn't really big on the guy. It's the thing he made when he was rehearsing, the last thing he did. That guy, he could see the words. You could see, he's making all my hair stand on end now. He was singing this song, and he was plucking the words. And the guy that directed that was the guy that did the, the High School Musicals. He directed them. And he was saying again that it's genius. How genius works is this. It's all for people that want to do something for a higher, I want to please other people. So Hurricane Higgins is doing it for the people in the room. You've got to find something that is for the benefit from your fellow man. See, for every morning, right, and this isn't saintly, every morning, one of the first things I do, I think, what can I give to help other people? Be on Facebook, I'm thinking, I'm writing something. This is not saintly. Do you know why? My business is people. So I'm working on my business. I'm working on my business by inspiring people, and we want more people to do that. We don't think that enough people are doing what they love. And the reason they're not doing what they love is saying, look, Richard, yeah, I'd love to do that. Look, I inspire people and get paid for it. I've got to earn a living. There is another way. The reason I'm standing on the stage, the reason that we've got BC today is by design. It's by design. We wanted something. If what you want in your life doesn't exist, you can create it. But I tell you now, unless you make it for the higher good of people, you can't do it. Have we got the tin there, Liz, and the wallet? Is that there anywhere? I'll just show you something if we got it. Don't matter if it's not. So, yeah, I was just telling you a bit about my story. I always think, I don't know about you, I'm already getting so much from this. And I always think, and I am, because I'm listening. Look, see that? See that? What's the nearest thing to my ear? My mouth. My ears is the first. I'm going to get it before you do, because it's nearer. Right? And you've got to have this. You've got to plug in. Thanks, Ryan. Right, this is a great example. Right. A lot of people say, yeah, look, I'd like to do what I'm doing, but it's the finances and everything, or well, it's just not very good at receiving. Here's a wallet. How comfortable would you be going in to your local town tomorrow and saying, excuse me, can I have some money, please? And when I say, what's it for? I say, it's for me. I want a new suit. I haven't got one this week. I just need a new suit. How comfortable would you feel with that? You wouldn't. If you're asking for you watch this, because it's magic. I want you to go into town again. I want you to go up to strangers again. I want you to ask some money again. Watch this. This time it's a collection tin for the local hospital. Excuse me, can I have some money, please? Does it feel any different? Of course it does. And the reason it feels different, because it's not about you. What I'm doing today isn't about me. It can be uncomfortable. It can take a lot of work to organise a day like this. You try and get a group of people to give up a day. That's why I've got so much respect for you. I've got the thing about the rejection. I've got the voice in my head that says, you're not clever. You know, these guys, these are clever people. Who are you to do what you're doing? But you know what? I'm doing it for that. That's why I ask. And if you connect what you're doing to a purpose, you will be on fire. Because people said to me after the last recharge day, you were on fire. Up there, you almost like you were shaking with energy. That's what you see with all these people. You look at them. Elvis Presley, you know, what's the football player? The Irish guy that died with the drink thing. What was his name? Georgie Best. Georgie Best, right? Genius, yeah? Genius on the football field. What was his personal life like? Michael Jackson, what was he like? His singing and his dancing. Even if you don't, like, you can appreciate, it was brilliant. What was his personal life like? Crap. John Lennon, I'm a big fan of the Beatles. I tell you what, he wasn't a very nice guy behind the scenes. You look what he did with Julian, his son and that. It was crap. Hurricane Higgins, crap. See, the danger is these people have had access to genius, but they've thought that it was them. No one's worked it out. It's not you. You're doing it. They can have this access because they believe they deserve it to please the group. You can do that. If I can have access, look, here's the bit where your script might say, ooh, so he's got access to genius, has he? Yeah, well, get over that. That's just a script, right? Right? What I'm saying is, you can do it. I'm saying, I want you to do it. I will be happy the day I don't even have to get on a stage. Honestly, this isn't about me, right? That's why I'm not speaking for that long today. I'll be coming in and shooting off. I am proud of the fact that I stand at the back of the room, that we organise this day as a platform for other people to get up here. You listen to what they say, because I tell you what, I'll be at the back of the room crying with this. Because I am humbled by the people that get it. I am humbled by someone that says, tell you what, 5 days, you've got me for 5 days. That's all, I'll just give you 5 days. What did I have 4 fingers up? We're doing that again. You know, I'll give you 5 days of my life because, you know, I've got a bit, I'm picking up that there's something going on here. And there is. And what we want is more people that realise that you can access genius. But you'll only do it when you connect what you're doing for something that helps other people. As long as it's about you, about me, how I feel all the time, what you're doing, that's what I keep seeing with people. They're stuck in the me. They're not doing it for the we. The secret is you include yourself in the we, and then you do it. Most people think, here's me, and that's them over there. No, no, no. You are part of the group. That's why when I'm going to where I'm going to today, what I mean by that is I'm what I call logged on now, right? I believe, right, that I'm connected to a much greater source of energy, of intellect, the whole thing. It's beyond intellect, wisdom, than me. This is how it works. That's why when I finish a talk, people say, I love that bit. So I can't remember a damn thing. Rob did a video, right? If I've got time today, I'll read a poem that I wrote called There. It changed my life forever. I'm not into poems, but I wrote this thing, you know. And Rob sent it to me on YouTube. And I've been reading There for 20 years. That's 2 decades. That's a long time. A lot of poos. And I watched it. And Rob was over there last time. So I'm looking this way and I'm reading this poem there. There's just one difference. Out of all the times that I've read it, do you know what the difference was? I'd never heard myself before. I'd never heard myself read a poem that I wrote when I was on rock bottom, where I thought life's not worth living. I've got no money, no job. I'd just gone through a horrendous divorce that was all my fault, which made it worse. I wasn't with my son. I hadn't got my family. My mum was dead. My dad was. It's not a sob story. I just want you to know that I know what it's like to feel pain. Sorry, Jeff. What?
Sorry, mate. I've never heard your story before. I wonder if you tell it to me.
Yeah. I'm doing that, mate. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know where I was then. So, see, do you know what I did then? Logged off. See, when you lose the signal, that's what happens. So, anyway, just stand here for a minute, see what happens. This is the worst speaker's nightmare where you think, what am I going to say? Pardon?
You're listening to yourself with your poem.
I was listening to myself with a poem. I never heard it before. Never heard it. See, that's what happens when you log off. You know, when I tell people, it's all right, got it back now, I think got the signal back. Let me ask you a question. How useful is your computer when you haven't got access to the internet? Well, what? You mean you got a computer? I mean, isn't that what you want? You got the computer. It doesn't, isn't it? It's pretty useless. Why is it? Why is it useless? Because you can still do all your sums. You got your keypad. It's because you can't connect with anything outside your computer, is it? That's what it is. You can't get any downloads. What if it's the same with your life? What if the issue is, with you at the minute, you're working offline? Well, you'll know when you're working online because you'll be on fire. Let me show you an example about something. I wasn't going to do this now. See, there's no order to how I do things. Yesterday morning, my brother died 13 years ago. And, no he didn't, just got cosmic facts. He said I didn't. He just reminded me. Seriously, this is how it works. Perhaps like to do a medium thing or whatever. He's just come in and I said, no he didn't. He said, you know what happened to me? He said, I emigrated to heaven, which we got from someone that we know called Johnny. And yesterday morning, I I went to have a look. I've got 2 chains around my neck. And one's got my mum's wedding ring on and my brother's cross. And I've just got another little thing there. And it's always getting knotted up. And I just moved it like that. And what happened yesterday morning was that it's been on there for 13 years. Now, just let me click back for a minute, because this is the wonderment of things that can happen. When my brother died, we rediscovered a song, which is the Hollies, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. Do you remember that song? It's a great song, and it talks about getting there on that. And he said, Dickie, I want you to play it at my funeral. He said, I'm going to be there. You won't see me, I'll be there. I actually took my own brother's funeral. You ever took a funeral? I took a funeral, and I rang the crematorium. I said, how long do I get? And they said, you've got 20 minutes. I said, not long enough. Can I have a double slot? I said, we don't do double slots. I said, please do me a double slot. I said, well, can you do it on Saturday? I said, yeah. I said, we'll give you a double slot. And I was so proud of my brother, because my brother is the only person I've ever met in my life who wasn't scared about dying. The only person I've ever met. Anyway, my brother died with a big smile on his face. Well, he would, wouldn't he? Because he was totally convinced he's going to paradise. And we played He Ain't Heavy As My Brother. I'll just shoot through this story. And I did my first talk in Northampton afterwards. And I knew my brother would have been there normally. And I said, look, I don't ask for signs. I'll never ask for another one. But if you could just show me that he's around, I'd really appreciate it. And I sent that off to the boys upstairs. And anyway, I did my talk. Nothing happened. Next day, a mate came round. He said, hey, really cool your talk. I said, yeah, I thought you'd enjoy them. He said, and what about that then? He said, you see you got a celebrity there? I said, no. Who's that? He said, didn't you see it? I said, no, who? He said, Alan Clark. Alan Clark is the lead singer of the Hollies. He is the one that sang, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. So yesterday morning is a big day for me. It's a big day for me. Do you know why? Because I was asking for help for you guys today. Remember, I include me in the week, so it's not saintly, right? I want to get something from this day as well. And I just laid there yesterday. I said, look, guys, if you can really help me, because I just want to keep evolving it. I want to be better, and I want to come up with something that just doesn't help me and other people, but something we can share. So I'm in the bathroom, I moved the chain, and for the first time in 13 years, it just came off in my hand. That's it, there. So that could have got lost. That easily could have got lost. And often when I'm in the bathroom, I just put my iPod on shuffle. And guess what was playing? Yeah, Ain't Heavy, It's My Brother. Oh, I forgot, don't switch it. I forgot where it was. No. I quick switch it off now. Yeah, it made me cry. I said do that, and it's too much. Thanks for that, guys. And yeah, so I'm standing in the bathroom yesterday, looking, I really want to swear now, but I won't. And looking at this cross, and He Ain't Heavy Is My Brother playing. But you know what most people would have done with that? They wouldn't squeeze anything from it. That's a coincidence. Get nothing from it. That's not genius. Genius is when you recognise when you get the signs anyway. Well, I mean, you've seen the biggest, you've had the biggest miracle that you're ever going to get in your life today already. You think, what are you talking about? You're not dead. You are not dead. Did you know how many millions of things have got to happen in your body for you to not be dead? It's incredible. See, physically, let me ask you, how do you keep your blood pressure at the right level that you do? How do you do that? You don't know, you ain't got a clue. But you do know if it goes too low or too high, you're dead. But it's happening, isn't it? What about your heartbeat? There's so many heartbeats a second. Too low, you're dead, or too high. How do you do it? You're sitting there now. I bet no one in this room's thinking, I was a bit fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up a bit. 5, 6, 7. No, I'm joking, but you know what? That is happening with everyone. Let me check. No one's dead. Yeah. That's happening with everybody in the room. You are connected with a far greater intelligence, but not with this bit. You're stuck. People are stuck in the computer. They're not working offline. If you are working online, what's happening is you can't help but help other people. You can't help but have high energy. That's what it's all about. So what we've done, we've got this here, which we're really proud of. It's the first time we've ever done this. Have you got the other box there with the other one, the Norton thing in it, Liz? Please. Thanks. So what it is, we've actually got it. It's an operating system for your life. Say you've got the most advanced computer in the world, yeah? You haven't got an operating system. How useful do you think it is? It's not. Thanks, brother. It's my assistant. You're welcome. We'll be hearing from Liz in a minute. So what you've got, everybody has got one of these on your computer. I bet you, somewhere, it was either put on, you will have an operating system, you'll have the antivirus, this is the Norton security internet thing, right? That's fine, you know that. No one would go on the internet without one of them. Do you know what most people have got on their life? Nothing. Well, I don't need one of them, do I? Just sort of go along and you go through life and someone tells you that you're a piece of... Shit's not a swear word, is it? Not too bad. Someone says that you're a piece of shit and then you think, well, you wouldn't accept that. Yeah, we do, don't we? Because if you watched your energy, what happens when someone says something like that, we've got no protection on our lives. What we've done, we've found a way of getting people to work online. So you think, okay, how does your operating system work with getting me online? Why do you think most people are not working online? Do you know why? Do you know what's happening here? You need a signal, right? You need a signal. What most people have got in here is a civil war. A civil war going between the bad guy and the bad guy. That's what most people have got in here. They've got an emotional civil war going on ahead most of the time that's saying, you're a piece of crap, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. Right, civil war. This morning we're saying, oh my God, where's the lead and everything. But you know what's happening with me? I know what's going on. I'm in my script. I don't have a civil war anymore. Yesterday something happened in the office. Someone changed on a course and they went back on, I'm in my script. Well, guess what? Jesus overturned a few tables. Cut yourself some slack. It's just me in my script. And we found a way of stopping the civil war. It stops. You don't have the civil war anymore. You'll be in your script. You can be in your script. That's normal. So we're not doing the happy clappy thing. We're not doing that at all. But listen, before we do this, I want to show you, how long have I got, Ryan? About 20 minutes. I want to show you the sausage machine. This is the sausage machine, right? This is where things end. This is where they go out. Liz, can you just give us a hand there? And we do this one quick. Can you come and scribe for me? You just had a wee? Yeah. Not a poo. Girls don't poo. Girls don't poo. Right. Right. What I want you to do, it's Monday morning. It's Monday morning out there. Monday morning, right? This coming Monday. Not you, not people in this room. Believe it or not, for you to have walked through that door tomorrow, you are so far ahead of most people, they wouldn't even be interested in a day like this. So if you can, if your scripts are there to receive there, so not you guys, average person out there, because we did a survey, all the people that have done our course, out of 10, what we thought the average energy was. Do you know what it was out of 10? 2. 0 is dead. You know the trolleys at Tesco's? Do you know what they're really for? Stop people falling over and dying. Just walk around. You look at the Tesco's thing at the end of the night, you've got all these dead people in the trolleys, they get them out. Most people's energy, I wouldn't want to, would you want to be in a relationship with someone that's all right? Yeah. Sorry, what did you say? Oh, you want to die, the energy of people. They're trying. You look at them, they're trying to build a business or find a beautiful partner, and their energy is 2 out of 10. Guess what they're going to get? What sort of person? Yeah, like that. Hello, my name's Carol. What's yours? I bet you feel like you wouldn't know. So, Monday morning, what is the average person out there going to put in their sausage machine on a Monday morning? Now, what we mean by that, in a good quantity. So, what sort of thing do you think, so Monday morning, 9 o'clock, what's the average person? Now, you just shout them out, Liz is going to write them up. What are they going to put in? Stress. Okay, what else? What else do you think? Pardon? Fear. What else, guys? Shout anything. Don't be frightened to shout anything out. What is it? It's Monday morning. It's 9 o'clock. Disappointment. Apprehension. Good one. It's a little bit apprehensive. What about worry? Subtle one. Oh, it's just grinding down worry, isn't it? What you worried? Don't know. Just feel worried. What about? Don't know. My script says worry. It's 9 o'clock Monday morning. Got worry.
Someone said apathy.
Apathy. What else, guys?
I was too tired. Give me more.
What else we got? Guilt. Good one. Jealousy. People that got stuff. Regret. Good one. Liking it. Loving it.
Shit.
Shit. Who swore? Tony Wilson.
That's no swearing up north, is it, Tony?
What else have we got? Monday morning, what do you think people are putting in? Do you get doubt?
Procrastination.
Doubt, procrastination, good one? That'll do, I think.
Will we put that one off?
Yeah, not yet. By the way, did you know that no one is a procrastinator? You know, if you think you're a procrastinator, there's no such... Watch this. 1,000 procrastinators, right? They say, oh, I never do anything. If you said to that 1,000, and you really were going to do this, you were going to tell them where the winning lottery ticket was, and they'd got to write a 10,000 word essay over the weekend, how many out of the 1,000 do you think would write a 10,000 if you're guaranteed of getting the winning lottery ticket? I would say 1,000. Right, wouldn't you? If you're winning lottery ticket, if you don't, oh yeah, just bugger that, you do that. So it's not about it's about priorities. It's about priorities. And what's very low down on most people's priorities is about what we're talking about today. It's about you, how you function, an operating system and consciousness. For most people, it's right down there. And they will go through their lives, they'll tick all the boxes and get the money, get the partner, and they will still be driven. They still won't get who they are. So should we do the other one now? So if we take that, have we got any blue tack anywhere in one of the boxes? There, right, please. So that's the list there of what people put in, right? And we'll stick that up in a minute. Watch this. This is where it gets exciting. Same people, it's not different, same people, right? We go up to the same people that put all that in, because that's not very good ingredients that are in there, and we say to those same people, right, if you could choose... Now, this is the clue, if you could choose. If you could choose what you put in your sausage machine, you can choose anything now, what would you choose to put in? What do you think they would choose to put in if they could choose anything to put in now? It's Monday morning. They could choose. Laughter, love, brilliant. Excitement. Thanks, buddy. Excitement. Fun. Interesting, isn't it? Are we just flying like, yeah. Thanks, buddy. Warmth, yeah. Yeah. Energy. Yeah, by the way, this is extremely powerful what we're doing here. I love doing this now, because watch where we end up with this. This blows my socks off, and I've done it loads of times. What else we got?
Freedom.
Freedom! Bit of Braveheart.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, don't start me. We could create a riot.
Inner peace.
Inner peace, yeah. Fantastic. Do you see what's happening here, guys? This, for me... I am thick intellectually. I am. I've got no qualifications.
Yes.
That helps me. See, just back me up. I am.
Yes.
But you know what? I get this exercise. So for me, because I haven't got a whole load of stuff I have to analyse, for me, this is brilliant, right? Because do you see what we've just done? We've asked the same people if they could choose, right? So watch what happens here. It's Monday morning. Watch this. So, you've told me what they put in, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to put a bit of stress, fear, disappointment. Imagine these are real ingredients going... By the way, I didn't say to you, can you give me a negative list? You could have said, when I said, what do you think the average person puts in? You could have said any of those. You didn't. I believe that to be 100% accurate. But isn't it interesting? You know what they're putting in. There's not, oh, well, I could put a bit of this. So, right. So, okay. Doubt, worry, fear, procrastination, doubt. You turn the handle. You go down the other end. Now, everybody wants success. Right. What sort of sausage do you think is going to come out if you put that lot in? Nasty. Crap, did someone say? It what? Big. Big.
Nasty.
Nasty. A lot of crap. It ain't going to be a good sausage, is it, if you're going to put that in? Remember, although this is an exercise, that's for real, guys. That is really happening out there, right? Every time we do this exercise, it's always the same. You get all this crap here, you get the good stuff, but this is reality. This is Monday morning, right? They do that, so you put it in and you go, oh, I don't believe it. I want success. So, it's Tuesday. What do you think they'll put in Tuesday morning in real life?
Stress.
Exactly the same.
Hang on, let me get... They know that didn't work. So Tuesday, you reckon they're going to put that in again?
More.
Okay, put it in. Bit more shit, bit more crap. Turn the handle, Tuesday morning, you go there. Guess what you get? You get crap again. So to save my energy of running up and down the sausage machine all day, it's okay, they've done it Monday and Tuesday. For the average person, how long do you think they'll carry on? 40 years. Yeah, ever. Is that how old you are? That'll go forever.
Until they do
Right. So that will go in, but don't you see, they know that they need to put that in. It's not that they don't know. That's why I don't get it. Well, they buy another book and read that that's what they got to put in. They watch another TV. That's what they got to put in. Sorry, my love. Take my finger at you now. We've got that. You know that. Everyone in the room knows that. And people are still paying to go on courses where they say, you need to put that in. We'll give you the 10 things. Look, they put a list on those. You need more love and more warmth, and we can do some exercises where we all warm, put our hands on each other and all the rest of it. It'd be a great day, but you go out, nothing will happen. Zero will happen. So the question is, if they know they need to put that in, but they put that in, right, why do they do it? Why are they doing it then? Because you know that's not going to work. Intellectually, you know that. So what is it? Why do they do it? Not one or 2 days, or 1 year even, or 2 years, we can forgive them. We're talking whole people's lives. Most people will get born, they'll live, they'll die, and they'll never get like these badges. They'll never feel that they got there. They won't. Most people will never feel a success. Did you know that most people out there, because of the work we're doing, people are vile to themselves. They're vile to themselves. We've had young people on our course that tell their story. This really gets me going now. Right? And you look at them the outside and you think, oh, these are really fantastic people, you know, that we've got here. You was one I met. There's a guy here, young guy, good-looking guy, everything going for him. But when you hear the way they treat themselves, how cruel they are, you despair. You think, come on, why doesn't everyone want to do this and share it? We found a way that can stop this, and now Ed comes up. I'm seeing Ed for a while. He says, "Hey, you know, I'm feeling great. I'm doing the photography, get married now, and all these things." How many times do we have to hear this, right, without saying, you know, look, guys, we've got something here. Will you help us pass it on? Will you help us share it? We're not looking for students. We don't want followers. I want to get off this stage. I really do, because I love sitting at the back. I know I need to be, because I'm sort of driving it at the minute.
You're
but I'm
off in 5 minutes. You better hurry up.
See, I could put that. I've done with you now, thank you. Thank you. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I could put that in my sausage machine. But you know what? No, honestly, I'm going to say joking apart. You know, when I do talks, I'll say to people, watch this, another great example. I say, how important do you think fun is in your life out of 10? Do you know what the average person says? 10. They all say that's 10. They say, brilliant, so do I. I said, okay, sausage machine. How much fun did you put in your day yesterday? Really? Not, we all like laughing at people. I don't mean laughing at jokes. We can all do that. I mean making the fun. See, this end is where you make it happen. There wasn't a BC. We knew that there was something going wrong. We knew, Liz and I, that when we're people saying, you choose to be happy or you choose to be sad, we ended up 3 years ago saying, no, if I can choose to be happy or sad, I'll always choose happy. I do sad, but I never choose it. And that's what we realised. Okay, but I've got 5 minutes. What's happening for most people, the script is choosing. Like Liz and I, Liz has got a script from Scotland. Even the Scottish and the English script's different. But this is what's getting to people. This is what stands between you and your life. This is what gets people to put that in. Because this says, no, you can't do that. So in other words, if you believe these lists are right, what we've just proven in front of you is most people are not choosing their own lives. They're not choosing. Do you know what they have instead? I don't know if you've ever seen The Matrix, a movie. It's a brilliant movie, and in The Matrix, everyone thinks they're in the real world. They're not in the real world. Everyone thinks they're choosing, and personal development has confirmed that, says, well, you choose. We're not. Do you know what we have? We have the illusion of choice. That's what keeps us going. We think, oh, well, I'm choosing, aren't I? I'm doing it. Until we meet people, they say, I feel terrible, I'm all stressed up. And Liz, who does coaching, which she'd be telling you about, she'd say, excuse me, I know you feel stressed up. Would you choose to be stressed? Yeah, but I said, no, I know you are. Would you choose it? They go, no, well, I wouldn't choose it. That means you're not choosing. You're stressed. You're not choosing. So what is? It's that. And this has been handed down for thousands of years, and this says, well, in a situation like this, you know, cash flow's crap. You've got to be low energy, aren't you? Everyone is. So do you know what we do? We're low energy. So what we want finances to come out here. Guess what we're putting in here? Low energy. So the irony is, when most people find themselves in a challenging situation, the script will tell you the opposite thing what to do. It will tell you the exactly opposite thing to do. So, on BC, I've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left?
No, you got a bit longer, about 3.
Yeah? I don't know what he said. What did he say? About 3. Oh, I've got 3 minutes left. Yeah. So, this is what stands between you and what you... Now, can we get rid of the script? Oh, I wish we could. I wish it could be one of those courses where we say, we're going to get rid of your problems, we're going to get rid of all... Wouldn't it be great? Have you seen the one where you write them all down, you tie them to a helium balloon? Or you probably go and you go, oh, there they go, bye! Feeling great. Next day you wake up, it's bastard, it's back again. Or the other one, have you done the one where you do the thing, you do some rituals, and you all do some mims, you know, you get a banana up your bottom and you go, mim, mim. I let go of all my problems and worries, put it in the fire. I will never be down again on Monday morning. And Monday morning comes, and you know what I'm going to say? Bastard! You say it again. They don't work. You cannot get rid of a script. You cannot get rid of what's happened to you. Get real. What's happened is what's happened. Here's the big change. It's not who you are. It's not your identity. Your behaviour will follow identity. Do the courses, do the diets, whatever they are, do all the programs. You need to change who you are. That sounds simple. We've found a way of doing that. Because 99.9, reoccurring 9% of people think they're this. Because they feel it, because they experience it, because it's in their head, that is where it is on most people. Don't separate from it. Never heard of BC. Never want to hear of BC. Think you're a load of prats. You're a load of weirdos. It's a cult or something or what. Not interested. So this is the reason why. When I watched the news a couple of months back, 2 young girls who were 13 and 14 hold hands and they jump off a bridge and kill themselves. What killed them? Was it the boyfriend that they split up with or the exams or whatever it was? No, it was a script. It was the script that said, your life's not working out, it's never going to be any good for anything. And because they'd never heard of us and couldn't say, that's my script, that's the voice in my head, because they couldn't separate from it, they took their own lives. How can I not stand up here today and give you all I've got? How can I not be here in another 3 months' time when we do another one and do the same? How can I not send you an email after this one or text you or whatever and say, look, do you want to come along? Can you ring anyone that's struggling? When I know that we get the results that we do. This works. This box, I mean, I'll tell you about it later. It's got a load of goodies. We've never done it here. This is just a picture. It's an image. The difference why this works is people say, well, it's my programming. It's my belief. Personal development. It's all going in. We're saying none of it's you. It's there. It's out there. And once you separate someone from this, that's what we will do. I 100% guarantee we will show you that you are not your script. The second that someone separates from there, I don't mean just intellectually, emotionally, that's why it takes 5 days. When you can do that, you've just changed someone's identity. You have to, because if that's choosing 99% of the time, and it will be, it'll be choosing your life, and you suddenly separate from that, you get who you are. And who you are, you're a superhero pretending to be an ordinary person. And if you doubt that, you watch a mother when that child is threatened. You watch her step up, she'll kill you. If you threaten her, she'll kill you. The woman that said, like she did at my tour, and I am going to finish now, said, I can't make any phone calls on my business. And I said, I'll get you to make 100 phone calls tomorrow. She said, how are you going to do that? I said, I'm going to shoot your son. Would you do it? So you're going to shoot my son, I'll do it. I said, it's okay, there's been a miracle. What are you talking about? I said, well, you just told me you can't do it. You can really. It's just the script that's saying that you can't do it. So that's my little bit. I'm coming on again. I wish I'd gone another 3 hours with you. But you know what? It's my turn to step aside. And I want you to hear from people. You know that I'm going to say, oh, this is great and all the rest of it. But what you want to hear, after Liz has spoken, she's going to tell you more. Does this really work? Listen to some of these stories, because I don't know what they're going to say. If you want to take your life onto a different level, you can do it. That's me and my sausage machine. Thanks, guys. Thank you.